Welcome back to Fish Creek for part 2 of our Design for Ride Quality video. Today we're going to be talking about the main piston and how it affects ride quality and what we've done to make our parts better than industry standard. The main piston of the shock absorber is the most important part for controlling oil flow, comfort, and off-road performance. And there's kind of 3 main features of the piston and shims that affect that. The first one is port shape. We've done a ton of different testing on different port shapes, and we have found that the round ports by far perform the best. The second is the port size. A lot of this video is about getting enough oil through all the parts of the shock so that it can ride comfortably. And so obviously you need to have bigger ports in the right spot on the piston in order to do that. And then finally is the shim stiffness, and a lot of that's dictated by how you've decided to tune it as well as your piston design. And so that's kind of an overview of how the main piston works and some of the things we've done to make the shock ride well. The inlet size is important. The through hole size is important. This is where the compression oil flows out of this surface. These are the inlets for the rebound ports. And then over here, these are the inlets for the compression ports, which is very important. And then these are the outlets for the rebound ports. Here you can see the piston mounted on the shaft with all the shims, so you can see exactly how it's going to work in operation. So on compression, the oil is going to flow in through here, and you can see how nice and smooth and rounded our inlets are. They're all 3D machined for just the ultimate comfort and oil flow. And then you can see the shims here blocking the rebound port, so in rebound the oil will bend these shims and flow out this way. And then these compression shims are going to bend, and then on rebound the oil is going to flow in through there. In ride shocks, we use round port pistons, and we've done a lot of testing on different port shapes, and there are big impacts on comfort. Some port shapes significantly reduce your low speed damping, which can cause the vehicle to be a lot more bouncy and also let the vehicle generate a lot more velocity, so that you might have a lot of issues with harshness on chop because the wheel just starts moving really fast and the shock can start to act really progressive. And so it can really contribute to how poorly things can feel on razor, chop, and washboard. And so the round shape of our ports we have found to work the best for ride quality. A lot of off-road shocks were designed to be off-road shocks. They were made for racing, those are the origins, and off-road race shocks need to be very stiff. And to some extent they work by hydrolocking and not letting the oil flow. But when you're designing a shock for a 4Runner or a Bronco, you need to let the oil flow so that you can comfortably go over choppy road, because you're more interested in comfort than in off-road ultimate speed. And so having larger ports is absolutely necessary to let that oil flow and be able to just smoothly flow over the bumps in the road. And so the large port size we have here is really crucial on getting that oil through the piston and letting us tune how stiff it's going to be on different bumps. The last critical piece when it comes to pistons and ride quality, comfort, performance is what valve shims are inside of them. At this point, we've designed a piston that's got the correct port shape, it's got an adequate amount of flow, and we need to match that with really high quality tuning by getting exactly the right thickness shims in each location so that they can bend and move to let the oil flow through, which is why we use a lot of flutter stacks and a lot of advanced tuning techniques that really fit with how we've designed the product to provide the best comfort and performance possible. That's enough talking about stuff. Let's show you how this works.
This has our springs on it too?
Yeah, this is all, it's weight range too. So this is like if you had 300 pounds in the back.
Yeah.